Hello and welcome to another Your Partnership Meets, and I have the wonderful Latoya McDonald, one of our ambassadors. Very proud to be here with you today, Latoya. Harcourt White. Tell people watching all about Harcourt White.
Yeah, so Harcourt White is a leading agency and property management business in Cornwall. So I would say we do the standard kind of stuff that you can get from other leading agencies. So you got your single let management, basic management stuff around that. But some pretty cool things that we do is HMO management, so your room rental
And
properties.
what's an HMO for those that don't know?
It's a house of multiple occupation. So if you think about, a student type property or maybe a family type property that's got 5 or 6 people sharing. So it's just that kind of makeup, and it's an affordable option for tenants.
Okay.
And we do that management very well. We also do service accommodation, so think your Airbnbs, holiday lets. And also we do guaranteed rent as well. So that is an option there for landlords too. And of course, obviously everything that's upstairs in our brains to do with investments and returns and that sort of thing.
And property is such a huge thing right now. I mean, just it's commonly everyday affordable housing and everything that goes with it. So
Yeah, definitely. It's I know it's the same story up and down the country, but Cornwall does have I would say, quite serious housing crisis. And, really something needs to be done about it. We need to work together for it. So, probably quite controversial to say, but, right now landlords are not having trouble filling their properties, but tenants are having trouble getting into rental properties. There is a shortage of stock there. So really, as a community in Cornwall, is our collective responsibility to do something about that.
I know you're very passionate about that, and you go to different talks on it and everything else. And you, as I did say already, you're an ambassador for us, running a property investment group and everything, both in Cornwall and in Plymouth. And also you do PIG as well, which explain what PIG is, because
PIG is what you think it is, a little pig as well, but that's our little emblem there. But it is professional investment group, so it's us investors, property developers, whether you're doing rent to rent or lease options, is for us to come together. We normally have a main speaker that talks about a main topic in the property world, and then we mingle and we chat and we talk about what we're doing.
And you also help people that want to learn how to get into property as well. So if you talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. So if you are wanting to get into property, or maybe your early days starting, then I would suggest you come along to the network events.
Yes.
And we can chat more there, and then we can take things further.
And then you'll actually take them down that road of what all they need to do to start off from point A to get all the way through the process.
I can definitely talk through that process with them. It's their decision at the end of the day. I was going to say, because there's a different, and there's not just one option. There's several ways to get involved as well. There's several ways, and also I think when you're starting out, you're very excited. You want to purchase these types of properties. You want to earn this kind of income. But you can get excited and carried away. But it takes talking about to people like me about strategy and the market, but also to your accountant who is qualified to say, certain strategies will have different tax outcomes as, whether you own in your own name or limited company. So that is very important as well. So it's not just, I want to buy a property and go and do it. There's lots of different factors to it. So calm down, let's talk about it.
And the market changes all the time as well. So it depends on, and I would assume you'd also want to, it depends on how big a property you want to be. Just like you guys have done, you diversify into different types of properties and because they all have different risk and different rewards as well.
I mean, I don't think it's a secret that I'm a big HMO lover. I love HMOs, but there are different types of property strategies and things to do. So happy to chat about it. Could chat about it all day long, but it's individual cases.
And there's lots of, and we know of others that hate HMOs. So but it's the same thing.
We do. I don't know what's wrong with those people. I'm joking.
But that's that's what they choose. So it's like anything in life. Different people like different things, and
exactly.
But we need people doing HMOs because it's such a need for those.
We need property investors in general. So the council are not creating enough properties out there for people. And going back to what I was talking about before, and you saying that I go to these different talks about the housing crisis and that, and it actually makes me angry. Going to these talks and talking about the Cornwall housing crisis really makes me angry, because if you are a person with kids in a B&B right now, you do not want to hear of a talk this month and a talk next month. You need to know, hey, can I get some accommodation next week?
When's it going to happen?
So I get very angry with all these different talks. I'm like, can we get some action now? Like, and as investors, and I do get together with investors and talk about this stuff. Like I said to you, a bit controversial, but landlords are not having a problem filling properties, but we still want to be part of the solution. We want to. Yeah.
But you're not passionate about this at all, are you?
Yeah, it's for me, I just think, investors are ready and willing to supply to the market. We just all need to work together about how we bring that in. And, things like, another controversial thing I'm going to talk about is, developments. I think certain people feel like developers shouldn't make a profit, like it's dirty. They've got to make a profit. I'm not coming in here, to your job and saying, I think you're earning a bit too much money. That's rude, And I think developers need to make a living and earn income to be able to produce these properties.
Of course they do. If it's not sustainable, it won't be around anyway. So it's,
And like I said, the council are not bringing enough to market. We need these private companies, these developers, to bring these properties to Cornwall.
So we're not going to change the council overnight on one podcast. However, tell us more about why people should get in touch with Harcourt White and what you can do for them, whether it be if they're looking to buy, lease, what those type things.
Yeah, so I think if you are wanting to get your precious property managed by a unique group of people, that's what Harcourt White is. So for example, if you are bringing your property to us and say, I'm managing it, or Kirsty's managing it, or one of our other team, that's who's managing your property. That's who your tenants are dealing with. So you're not getting a situation where you're passed around an office. It is being managed by the person you give your property to and trust them with it.
That personal care.
Yeah, and on the other side, if you're thinking about, building a portfolio or growing it, then we can definitely chat to you about that with our market knowledge. And also, we're investors ourselves. Everyone in the team is an investor. We invest in property ourselves. So we can definitely talk to you about that. And also, anyone listening who wants to help us down in Cornwall with our mission, which is to bring more long-term rental accommodation to the market, please get in touch. You can come on board by being an investor, private investor, or perhaps you have some connections to help us. We're never going to solve the problem overnight, but just curb it a bit. Actually make a dent in this issue. But yeah.
Definitely. Well, no, it's been great chatting. Have we left anything out that you wanted to bring up today?
Not really.
Good?
No.
Good?
I think it's just that's if I could just, we all need to invest in property, or the council need to start building themselves. But we have to keep going with this. So if you're, even if you're thinking, I don't have, enough funds to buy myself, get in touch with us. We can do stuff together.
You can do different processes and everything.
So we can do something together, and you can still make a difference.
Well, I want to personally thank you for coming on, and I want to thank you for all the hard and passionate work that you do, because I know that you work tirelessly. So I know you're always on it, but I know it's your love as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
so
that's my love.
So it all comes around, and I know you have a great supportive partner that helps you with it as well.
Very supportive, very supportive.
We don't have time to go through all that. But,
no, he's very supportive.
He is. Well, shout out to Luke. So thanks for all that you do. But thanks for coming on today. Thanks for all you do to help the partnership as well. Want to definitely thank the Cornwall Channel, because it's changed a little bit since the last time you was out. Yeah,
I know, this is flash. This is amazing.
So what was your when you came out today? What'd you think of the whole setup?
Flash.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing a tiny bit of this at home at the office that I've got, but this is on a totally different scale. Oh. Like, this is fancy.
So it's like professional, isn't it?
I know. It's amazing. So the word is flash,
Cool. Excellent. Well, thank you. And I'll talk to you about it a little bit after this podcast, but there's some other things we'll be doing out here called Your Partnerships Biz Bites, which I know I can get you involved with as well. You can teach people more about property and some other things with that. So,
perfect.
Latoya from Harcourt White, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thanks.
Take care. And say bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.